Hey, Magic Mike here. I'm your wholesaler coach, the people's stripper. I strip it down and show you how I do it in my business so that you could do it in your business. I've done over 110 real estate transactions since 2009.
Damn!
And currently I do 2 deals a month and I make about $10,000 per deal.
Ching ching!
And right now we are at 10 ATL on Flat Shoals Road.
495 Flat Shoals Road
in Atlanta.
First Tuesday of every month, free event for all you guys who want to meet with a team in an informal fashion. Just kicking it. Business
over beers.
You got it.
And occasionally a hookah. Right? All legal, of course. But I had a guy asking me about how to set up your leads coming in every month automatically.
A guy meaning a student?
A student, right. I had a guy here ask about it, and I brought up a student who had that same problem. You know, he works a 9 to 5, he gets home at like 7 o'clock, it has between 7, 8, and 9 to do his real estate stuff where he's got to go to bed and get up and do the whole rat race all over again, right? And you can't wait on this stuff until Saturday. So he had to set up systems in place that would work without him. You know, a lot of people think that, oh, that's a virtual assistant, you know, from the Philippines working, you know, that you have to hire and all that. But sometimes it can be software, all right? And it's not SOS, it's not shiny object syndrome. It's not some like, oh, my little one button program. Sometimes it's easy to set up, sometimes it's free, and it's easy if you've got the right mentor. Magic Mike, right? And so this particular student had a call the other day and he wanted to upload his postcards, which he had already copied all my back office applications over into his CRM. And within there we had all the purchase contracts, all of the mail piece documents. He was able to download from there the exact postcard that I use. All right, he just had to replace his my name with his name, and then, you know, the seller name.
So you had a template,
right? A template, and I even had in parentheses everything labeled basically that he had to change out. And so on the call, we screen shared, showed him exactly what to do and walked him through the process. So he uploaded it, mail merged it with a list of vacant properties and motivated sellers. So one side of this list has the seller information, where they live. The other side of this list has the property that they have that's vacant, right? So I got this list, I get it for free, and so I hand it over to my students because it doesn't cost me anything. And so he's gonna mail merge it, and I walked him through that whole process too, of where it mails it to their home, but it references their name and the property they have that's vacant way over there, right? So when they get this shiny, bright yellow postcard in the mail, it's gonna say, hey, Mr. Seller or Mrs. Seller, I want to buy your property at 123 Main Street. And it gives you this like knee-jerk reaction, like, what? That's my name, my property. That's that one over there that's vacant that I had to kick those tenants out of, that I want nothing to deal with anymore. So once that happened, I then showed him how to get a mail processing center to print that out for him while he's working his 9 to 5. That mail piece is going out on Friday, getting to the seller on Monday. They're gonna call it, come in, person here in Marietta at the call center is gonna pick up. He handed them the script he copied from my back office. All of it's within there. He just pulled it out, handed it to them. So they're gonna ask the same questions that I ask my sellers are gonna ask his sellers. And so he's gonna see the same info I do, and when those leads start coming in, he's gonna analyze them with a spreadsheet I created where he just plugs in a couple simple information and it'll do all the math, right? It'll tell him what the ARV is. It'll tell him, well, you plug in the ARV, but it'll tell him from that how much to offer. He'll plug in how much he wants to make how much the square feet is, and how much the rent is. And it'll come out with an offer in a second. It's so easy. And so from there, he'll determine who is motivated, you know, within those 2 hours every night, and who to set up appointments with on Saturday, right? So while he's working at his 9 to 5, other people in other places are working for him. And so eventually, he can get a VA for $2.50 an hour who will do all this for him, so in the future, he won't have to do this himself anymore. And right now in his business, it's in its infancy, and he's just getting started as an entrepreneur, so he's got to do all that groundwork himself. But we were laying the groundwork to get eventually have a VA take over and do all that for him. All right, and so he's getting step-by-step instruction from somebody who's done it for, what's the math on that, 2009? That's 9 years, something like that, a long time, right? So I visually showed him how to do it, and I can show you too and walk you through that whole process like I do a bunch of other people, other students that I have. With that, there's the postcard, there's websites. So I also showed him how to set up squeeze pages, the pages where they can't click around and, you know, go to other stuff, decide whether or not to go with you. They either have the option of putting in the information or going elsewhere. Meaning if they can decide to put in the information, they're thirsty, they need to sell this property to you, they have your information, they put it in, and you then get the lead. So if you want step-by-step instruction on how to do all of this, and you want me to walk you through, hold your hand as they say, through the process, I can show you how. Just click on the link in the description and we will get right to the next actionable step that will get you out of the 9 to 5 and into being an entrepreneur flipping houses.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, just give you a little taste of Mike's story. He actually left his 9 to 5 to do wholesaling for full time. So, there's a slight misconception of wholesaling, right? For one, they think that, you know what, you gotta do everything yourself. So in the beginning, that could be true.
Yeah.
But if you're smart, like Magic Mike, you tend to outsource certain activities.
Right, and there's certain things you have to do a certain way in the beginning so that later on you can easily fill that position up with somebody else.
Absolutely. So you operate your wholesaling as a true CEO, a business person, an owner, I should say, not CEO, to the point you say, you know what, I just want to own it. All the other day-to-day operations can be handled by some other Joe Blow, right? I'll pay them their fee, but I have a business in which I'm going to eat off of. So that's what Magic Mike does, guys. So he'll teach you step by step of how to do it, and he's accessible, man, and he's a very cool guy. So we're at 10 ATL. We're just having a couple brews, just kicking it, talking about business, having a good time. But talking about business equates to actually doing business, which equates to money, so you can live that lifestyle. So any final words that you have to share with the good people out there in YouTube? Magic Mike.
Y'all heard Juan, he said it. I'm a cool guy.
That's true, man, that's true.
Yeah.
And just keep in mind, guys, we're out recording in the open, so please excuse the loud noises, the car. I mean, I don't know why they playing their music on 10 like that. You know, that's just how it is. What is it, Tuesday night? We love you too! See, that's all it is, man, distractions.
No
See?
love.
It was fitting, right on time. That's just how it is. But we're doing this for you. We want to give you guys some great content so that you too can live the lifestyle. Alright guys, we get some fans, man. I should give them my business card and see if they need credit repair. Alright, as always guys, to your success, earn passively, live passionately. Peace.